I have been just in the last couple of months leading a paper of global scientists on a paper called Scientists Warning into Action from Local to Global Solutions, which talks about the main ways of change that we can move the needle on the climate and the biodiversity crisis by systemic reforms at different levels. Now, some of those 6 areas that we originally identified with the scientists' warning of a climate emergency, energy, atmospheric pollutants, nature, food systems, population, and economy. Not all of those are equally, easy to deal with as individuals or households. But in this new paper, we are looking at 6 scales of action from the household and individual level, through communities, through cities, through counties and states and provinces. They're called different things in different countries, districts, whatever they may be, through to national to global. And actually, population and consumption, or the economy, are 2 of the most important things that people can deal with in their own lives. And a 3rd is food systems. A lot of people feel disengaged and disempowered by the whole climate change crisis, emergency, because it still seems so abstract. But many of these things are very, very tangible. Many of your listeners or viewers may have started to hear it said that one of the best things that you can do for the climate is to have 1 fewer child. Or if you already have had your children, to make it okay, at least, for your relatives who are younger to not have as many children as you did, or as your parents did, or your grandparents did. Or if they do want to have children, at least encourage them to live more lightly. Each of us exists not as an island, even if we may feel isolated. We are all part of the system, and many of our problems are systemic, and there's a limited amount that we can do individually to change that. But the one thing that most of us in Western democracies can do, obviously, is vote. And another thing that we can all do, even if we're just in an isolated room with a keyboard, we can start the conversation. We can get people talking. We can get out there the idea that the world does not have to be this way. It does not have to end this way. We can change it. We are changing it. And here's what it could look like. I think that scenarios are a very, very powerful motivator for people to make their choices, their behavior changes, because, business as usual is leading us over the cliff. And most of us listening here have known that for a long time. But we're not actually destined to just be lemmings and follow the head lemmings over the cliff. So we identify in this paper a number of solutions at each of those areas, each of those scales, from individual, household, through to global, that can help bend that curve. And the thing that most people can help with communicating is that there are big changes ahead, and they don't have to be scary.